Why Jesus chose only 12 disciples? With today's churches boasting hundreds and thousands of congregation members and followers, why did Jesus choose only 12 disciples when he could have chosen a lot more? While crowds pressed in to hear his teaching and to witness his miracles, Jesus turned his attention to a small group of ordinary men. In an age where churches count success by attendance numbers, Jesus measured it by obedience. He deliberately chose 12, not because of limitation, but because of intention. Today, we would explore why Jesus chose only 12 and what that teaches us about leadership, discipleship, and the kingdom of God. The significance of the 12. 1. Because of divine order and symbolism. Matthew 19:28, Jesus said, "Assuredly I say to you, that in the regeneration, when the Son of Man sits on the throne of his glory, you who have followed me would also sit on the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." In Jewish history, 12 symbolizes divine government and completeness. The 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 stones in the high priest's breastplate, are now the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Jesus' choice was not random. He was restoring spiritual order to God's people through a new covenant. The 12 disciples represented a new Israel, the foundation of the church. Revelation chapter 21 by verse 14 says, "The wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb." 2. Because true discipleship requires deep relationship. Jesus was not merely gathering groups of followers. He was forming a fellowship, a relationship. Deep transformation happens in intimate circles, not in crowds. Jesus ate with them. He walked with them, corrected them, empowered them, and loved them. You can't disciple 1,000 people personally. You can only disciple a few deeply. True ministry flows from relationship, not numbers. 3. Jesus modeled the power of multiplication, not addition. Jesus wasn't trying to reach everyone. He came to create multipliers. Every spirit-filled believer can now continue Jesus' ministry wherever they are, healing, serving, loving, teaching, and saving lives. 12 trained men could reach multitude after he has gone. One plants, 12 reproduces, and the world is changed. 4. Because God values faithfulness over crowd size. Crowds are often excited but not committed. Many followers of Jesus followed him because of bread and miracle. Few stayed for the cross. Jesus chose those who are willing to deny themselves, pick up their cross, and follow him. Jesus chose those who are committed to him. Number 5, because the 12 represented a model for the church. The early church was built on the foundation of the apostles. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20. Through the 12, we learn the following. Diversity in calling. Jesus called fishermen, tax collectors, and zealots. Unity in purpose. All followed Jesus with one mind. Grace in weakness. They failed, yet were restored and empowered by Jesus. The church is not built by perfect people, but by chosen, obedient ones. Lessons for the church. Before building a ministry, build people. Before appointing leaders, seek heaven's guardians. The power of the church is not in its sitting capacity, but in its sending capacity. A healthy church is not defined by Sunday crowds, but by weekday disciples. Lessons for believers. Don't chase public ministry before private maturity. God develops his greatest vessels in small, hidden circles of discipleship. Jesus spent more time training the 12 than preaching to the crowds, because he knew the future of the world depended on the few. Lessons for leaders of the church. Your impact is not measured by how many people listen to you, but by how many live like Christ because of you. In summary, when Jesus walked the dusty roads of Galilee, multitudes followed him. Thousands were drawn to his miracles, his wisdom, and his power. Yet out of the crowd, he chose only 12. 12 ordinary men to carry an extraordinary mission. Why not 100? Why not 1,000? Because Jesus wasn't building a crowd. He was building a kingdom. And kingdoms are never built on numbers, but on depth, devotion, and divine purpose. Jesus changed the world by choosing 12 disciples, not because 12 was enough, but because 12 were willing. He proved that God doesn't need many. He only needs the faithful few. And through these few, the gospel reached the nations. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.